frying pan into the fire. #1 supplier.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Drumatic. Today we're gonna do some Logic. Now, first time I heard Logic rap, I was like, man, that dude could rap. But he's changed a bit. Back when he dropped his Young Sinatra mixtape, I was like, damn, who is this dude? This is what we needed. We needed some kind of boom bap, backpacking, hip hop, grimy dude who could spit like this. Hell yeah. I watched his nasty freestyle and I was like, pfft. A lot of people know he's with No ID, and No ID's a big figure in the game. He kind of plays in the background, so you got to know a lot about hip hop to kind of know who he is. But if you do know who he is, you know what kind of influence he has. And he's not really going to let Logic just stay low key the whole time. So Logic is blowing up into this bigger thing, and he's changed a ton. A lot of people think it's just because he became a douchebag. He went and did his 1-800 song on the award show. I got kind of pissed at him because I was a big fan of his. He went on MTV, which is a big opportunity for him. All of us Logic fans were super excited. Everybody that night just killed it. They came out with the biggest shows. It was amazing. Then Logic came out. He stood on this little circle platform in the middle and had a spotlight on him, and then rapped, and it was terrible. And he did bring out the choir at the end, but he did that already at the show before, and it got standing ovation, and people loved it. So he was like, screw it, I'll just try it again. Didn't work. Whack. And so I let him have it in his comments because I was like, bro, man, why? That was a big opportunity for you, a big chance, and you blew it. But that's on you. He's back, and Shytographer was telling me the other day that this cat might be trying to bring his boom back side back, so that's good. So let's see what's up with this. This is called The Return by Logic. Here's the thing about Logic. If it's the first time you've ever heard Logic, he's real dope. If it's the second time you've ever heard Logic, he's real dope. Third time you've ever heard Logic, you're like, oh, that's Logic. 100th time you've heard Logic, damn, just Logic. He never really changes. He's made comments in the past about how he thinks he's the greatest rapper in the game. I have to disagree just off the simple fact that he doesn't change it up enough. Yeah, he goes from boom bap to his whole Bobby Tarantino stuff, which is kind of a different sound and it's a different flow, and I get that. But what's different about the flow that you're doing? So you're doing a different flow, but the flow you're doing on Bobby Tarantino is just the same flow that all those guys are doing, and then the flow you're doing on Young Sinatra is just the boom bap East Coast hip hop flow, which is cool and really what I liked about his sound. What I'm getting at, he himself needs to find some way to evolve, because lyrically, I've heard a lot of the same stuff from him. You see what I mean? It's more flow than lyrics. It's kind of like if you were just going to write a dope verse and make sure you flowed real well the whole time, but really weren't concerned about the lyrics. Any of you that have written a quick verse know what I mean. Cool flow, his wordplay is always real good. He hits his punches, he's got good rhythm, he's got a good cadence. He's good with all that when it comes to the flow side of things. When it comes to flow, but so with Amigos, you know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on what you're good at. Is your strength lyrics or is your strength flow? I feel like at one point Logic kind of possessed both, but not as much nowadays. But it could just be that I've heard so much Logic, I just keep hearing recycled stuff from him. You remember when I said a lot of rappers just aren't good at hooks? Don't ever address me as Robert unless it's about that De Niro. I mean, that's no more clever than me saying, let's mob like Bob De Niro when I was like 14. But like I said, if you don't know much about Logic, this is going to come across as a good song. Someone like me, it's just Logic. I don't know how else to put it. Doing trying to attack cyber bullies now. I hope he didn't jump on that bandwagon. But it just kind of sounds to me like maybe he's ran out of things to say. You know, after you've rapped for a long time, you really don't know what to say anymore. You're just kind of rapping. You're just trying to rhyme and flow. And as long as your beat's cool and you have a decent hook, everyone's really down with it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Some people just really care about their art, and so they take it a little more serious. I've heard enough. Let's review this. One thing about Logic that really bugs me nowadays compared to the old Logic, he's kind of a gimmick rapper. I feel like whatever's hot, he's going to try and jump on it. Joyner Lucas said that he stole the whole 1-800 concept, the suicide thing from him, but who knows, he could just be talking. Sometimes Joyner gets a little salty. I don't really know if there's much truth to it. I just saw that whole interview on Everyday Struggle, and that's what came out of it. Now he's rapping about politics, and he's going to try and jump on that bandwagon because he understands that politics is a hot subject right now. I know a lot of people play that game, but that's just not for me. That's just not what I'm looking for from Logic. So the flow was probably the best part. I think he always rapped pretty well. I think he's got good schemes. I think he understands how to rap. He understands how to write. He understands syllable play and all that. So let's give him a 4 on his flow because he did a good job just rapping. Content-wise, I really wasn't feeling it much. I felt like there's a lot of recycled bars. I truly feel like Logic is just running out of stuff to say. It's like we kind of live in this box and we grab words out of there and we're always trying to write rhymes with all the words in that box. But sometimes, man, you just have to go outside and try and learn and find new words to put in that box. So when you write, you can expand your territory. So I'm going to give him a 3 just because I think it was average. I don't think it was terrible. I think he's better than a lot of rappers. I think even his content's better than a lot of rappers. Obviously, we're talking about mumble rappers and all that. So I'm going to give him a 3. I think it was average. Nothing too impressive. The hook. I thought the hook was pretty bad. I felt like he freestyled the hook. He didn't know what to do. They were like, dude, just say something over and over again like everybody else does and you'll be good. So let's give him a 2 on the hook. It didn't sound like he made much effort, so I'm not going to give him much. The beat. I don't know who produced the beat. I don't know if it was No ID. I know he has other guys that make beats too. I have no idea who made the beat. Get it? I wasn't feeling the beat much. A basic drum beat with a cut up sample over the top, and that's about it. Real simple, nothing to it. I could make the beat real easy, probably the exact same beat. Matter of fact, one of these days I'll bring my machine out and I'll make some beats for you on here and I'll show you y'all. I'm not just talking when I talk about the beats like that, dude. I can make beats way better than that all day long, and I'll prove it one of these days. But as far as the beat goes, let's give him a 2. He has way better beats than that most of the time. I don't think it was an average beat for what he usually does, so I can't give him a 3, so let's give him a 2. I'm going to give this song a 2.5 overall. I don't think it was absolutely awful, but I didn't like it that much. I got expectations for Logic. I need this guy to rap for me. I need him to make good music. I need him to pull his head out of his ass. And that's all I got today. This is Drumatic. This is Drumatic Reviews. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out to the family. I'll see you next time. Peace.